Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be taking a look at a whopping 11 leaked costumes coming soon to Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, most likely in the next festival called SPRINGENING. Now all of the images you will see in this video were data mined by OfficialMineGabe, so a big thank you to them for kindly sending across the images. As usual, just before we begin, remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy the content on this channel and want to help it grow. Anyway, let's get started. So in terms of information, we have the file names of these images which give hints of what these costumes will be called. Some names are more vague than others. We don't have any confirmation of which of these will be in Rooks and those that will be in the prize map, but I'll be making some educated guesses. Also, do be aware that the costumes you see might not be the final version. Looking at these costumes as a whole, I have to say that this selection might be some of the best costumes we have seen so far. I love how creative some of them are, particularly the Steampunk Scientist and Futuristic Foot Soldier. I'm going to go through each of the costumes in the order of my favourites, giving you my thoughts and opinions on each one. So of course, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, my favourite costume out of all of these, and rightly so, is the lava skin for Snapdragon. Snappers is one of my favourite plants, and in this skin, it just looks absolutely incredible. This one is really well done, the lava one. Like, I love how it's a complete remake of the skin. I love the bottom part of the legs that are actually stone, and the colours just work really well. And obviously, it goes super well with Snapdragon. He's a fire-based character, he's a dragon. So yeah, I mean, this one I'm really looking forward to, and of course it's likely, I mean, with the background, it's almost definitely going to be available as a legendary skin in Rooks. There also appears to be sort of like a steam effect if you have a look on the top of his horn, so that would be cool to see loads of steam coming off him. But yeah, I have to say this is probably going to be the best Snapdragon skin so far. Number 2 on my list is the Steampunk Scientist, and I really enjoy this one. I don't think we've had such a steampunk looking costume before. There may have been one, but I'm not 100% sure who that was for. And there's a couple of things I really like on this. One of the main things is the fact that he's got like this plague doctor looking mask, which is very fitting for what's going on in the world at the moment. And it actually has, if you have a look at the end of it, look, it looks like an elephant's trunk, which I think is a really nice touch. I also love how the shoe is a pipe, and it's just sort of like strapped on with some leather belt, and the color palette, the purple sort of Renaissance Victorian, whatever you want to call it, type of outfit really goes well. I think the color palette's really nice. It goes well with Scientist's purple projectile and stuff like that, so that'll be nice. It won't be like the Jurassic Jammies costume for Nightcap where the green sort of clashes with the purple and stuff, and the overall aesthetic is just really nice. I also think the backpack's really interesting. I can't really make out what it is, but it looks cool. I'm interested to see what it looks like from the back. And of course we have the very sophisticated looking top hat which tops off this costume. So my third favourite costume is the futuristic looking foot soldier, which is actually called Captain Ultra in the file name. I have a feeling that's probably what it's actually going to be called. And this one is, again, they're just pumping out these amazing skins at the moment. Like, this looks really cool. Obviously zombies and purple go really well. That's what they've done for the entire franchise, so obviously this is going to look good. I think the one thing that this costume reminds me of is the laser goat, just from the thing on the top and the fact it's purple. It's got some very much laser goat vibes going down, everybody. I did actually have a look at Ultron because I thought like perhaps it was like something related to Ultron from Marvel, but it didn't really have that many. They didn't have that many vibes. But yeah, I really enjoy the mask. I love like the little touches where they do things like, you know, like the mask is half broken, so like you can still see part of his eye. And then there's also like these sort of like, I don't know, it kind of has this like remote control car vibe. You can see like all the little aerials and stuff, which is cool. And then we've of course got the little like camera or like additional like laser. I imagine that would like shoot extra lasers. That'd be really cool. Could you imagine if it added like an extra ability? Oh, maybe this could be like a legendary skin. I don't know. There also appears to be like on his, if you have a look on his skin, look, there's like loads of like green stuff. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to be related to, but it looks good. Next, we have the Sleepy Wizard costume, which I think is just, oh, it's just brilliant. And my favorite part about it is the fact that the sleeping mask is just completely over his eyes. So it's as if he's just that good of a wizard. He can just do it with his eyes closed and like half asleep. And then like the striped pajamas really fit him well. And like, I love the fact how it's got this sort of like child's mobile like stars and moons within his beard. So Wizard has some really good costumes. I think this is another additional one. I'm really excited for when the Gandalf one comes out. I imagine that this one's either going to appear in the prize map or it might be like a super rare in Rux's store. I can't imagine it will be a legendary. Moving on to number 5, and we have the Galactic Valkyrie or Valkyrie Galactic skin for Rose. And this again, another really cool looking one. Like, they're adding like so many new effects. Like, you've got this sort of like sparkly effect on all of her body. We haven't really seen a purple Rose, and I think this is one of the few times where they've actually changed her eye color, which is really interesting. And then she's got this sort of really nice paladin light silver that really reflects all the purple and stuff. It's really got this sort of like a battle mage kind of look to it, which I really enjoy. Rose has already got quite a lot of skins, but I imagine this one's probably going to be a super rare. It could be a legendary, but no, I think probably a super rare in Rux. We're now heading back to another foot soldier costume, and this one isn't as elaborate as the rest we have seen, but I think it goes really well, this idea of a stuntman. But I also have noticed that like he seems to have some like badges or like accolades on his arm, so I don't know whether it's one of those like aerial stuntmen, perhaps. I don't know. I'm not sure what the army badges are about, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will know what this is. The only thing I don't like about it is the green goop on the helmet. I don't know. I'm not sure what it could be from, and it just kind of looks like it's been plonked on after. But yeah, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on what it could be. This next one is spooky. Ooh, it's a Gargoyle Snappers. I'm sorry, Snappers. You can't be scary no matter how hard you try. This one, it's alright. I mean, you could try and use it as some sort of camouflage in like Ruiny Ruins or something. We can make a funny video out of it. It's a gargoyle. It looks cool. It's not like one I'm desperate to have. Like if it didn't come out, I wouldn't be like completely disappointed. But it's definitely another cool idea and like really sort of works. You can imagine these on top of some sort of like haunted plant mansion or something like that. But yeah, not my favorite, but it still looks nice. Moving on, we now have the lion costume for Sunflower, which I have to say looks more like a cat than a lion, but hey ho, that's what they're going for. You've got the mane, which sort of really works nicely for the whole idea of like the petals on the outside. That really does lend itself well to a mane. But what's really interesting about this one, if you look what Sunflower is holding, it's a pumpkin. It's like a trick-or-treat basket, which is really interesting. So maybe this one's for like October or something, I don't know. Or it's just like they've put some placeholder things for her to hold before they've actually done the main ones. But yeah, this one I think I would like more if I saw it more as a lion rather than a cat. Number 9 is this lady pirate costume for Captain Deadbeard. Diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum, diddy-dum dum 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 dum. Now this is really interesting. I like how they've like changed to have a lady pirate. Is there an actual name for a lady pirate? Is there a specific name? I don't know. So before we move on to the final costume, we have one for Imp, which is called the Mecha Dragon skin, which of course is very reminiscent of the Lil Drake Imp in Garden Warfare 2. I mean, the costume itself on Imp isn't that great, but I'm really interested to see what the mech's gonna look like, because obviously in the old games, the mechs would change depending on which imp you played. So I'm really interested to see how they've brought the sort of dragon aesthetic into the normal mech, unless this is going to be a legendary upgrade, of course. But yeah, I wish we could see the mech with this, because I'm not overly impressed with the main imp skin. So the final costume is for Chomsky, and this one, if you can't tell everybody, is an Easter skin. That's right, you wouldn't believe it by looking at it, would you? I mean, you know, what is the telling that this is an Easter or Springening related costume? So yeah, guys, this is a really interesting one for Chomper. I think the attention to detail on this one's really cool. I like how how the teeth resemble like Smarties, and the inside of Chomper's mouth is actually chocolate, which really goes well with the whole sort of Easter egg inside the Easter egg's chocolate. You know the stuff. So this looks like a very tasty Chomper. If this came out of some sort of sweet or candy, I would munch it like Chomper munching on a zombie. So yeah, I really like this one. I imagine this one's going to be available in the Spring-Inning prize map for probably about 10 prize bulbs, based on whatever the other ones, or could be 20. I hope it's 10. But yeah, so this is the one that's obviously most related to Spring-Inning and Easter. If this isn't in the prize map, and Popcap have a real habit of putting costumes that are not related to the festival in the prize map, yeah, I'm not going to be a happy bunny. Anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your favourite costume was in the comments below. But other than that, remember to subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.